everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on my video today and joining the Hot Mess Express with me. Today I'm going to switch things up a little bit and I'm going to do a different kind of video that I normally do. I normally do the cash stuffing videos, either my sinking funds and or my savings challenges. This week I thought I would walk you guys through all of my templates that I created myself and how I actually budget for our paychecks. Now, I'm deciding to do this week not only to show you guys my own personal sheets if you guys are interested. Those will be linked to my Etsy shop, which my husband and I are working on getting uploaded this week. I know, I keep saying that we're working on it, and we are. I just finally got my pictures done today. It's just been really crazy with everything that we've had going on. So today I wanted to show you, first and foremost, my sheets and how I developed these to kind of help me. And like, I'm a very visual and tactile learner. So it helps me to have the sheets the way that I did. And one of the reasons why it's taking me so long to even get these templates exactly how I want them in order to put them on Etsy for digital downloads is because I've been so particular about the way that I've wanted them. And, you know, I've done a lot of trial and error over the last few months trying to see what worked well, what I needed to add, what I needed to take out, what wasn't necessary. So that's kind of where I am today. The second reason I wanted to do this video is just to kind of mix things up a little bit to cater to all the viewers that might be watching. And this channel may not be solely just like cash budgeting. That was the idea behind it, but I do a lot of things like with my Cricut and stuff like that. So if you guys are interested in crafts, or I did have an idea to do a video of making my cash envelopes. If you guys are interested in that, let me know and I will absolutely make that video for you. Also, I'm doing this because unfortunately the last 2 weeks, it's been very, for a lack of better words, rough for our finances. So it's just been very slow going and we've had to pay for a lot more unexpected things. And I had my birthday and Valentine's Day, and it just, we're not in a good spot to where I can cash stuff at the moment. So, as I said in my last few videos, my future videos will be very, very low income based because I left my job and I'm focusing on my small business and doing other side things. But those side things are not panning out at the moment. And my candle business, I'm also going to put that on Etsy, but I am rebranding. So I have to put that money forth to get my new supplies, my new candle glasses that I want. So it's been a very difficult process. So I decided I wouldn't leave you guys hanging, and I would still, upload different varieties of kind of videos. That way you guys still have content to watch, and we still have something to do over here at the Hot Mess Express. And before I get into this video, guys, too, I want to say such a big thank you to all of you, because I don't know what has happened, but since I posted my last video like 8 or 9 days ago, I have gotten 40 subscribers, 30 or 40 subscribers, and that's really awesome. I'm now up to, I think, 59 subscribers is what I was. I'm loving the engagement. I am so thankful for all the comments and for you guys letting me know how your own journeys are going and what you like about the videos. I am so appreciative of all the likes that you give. And welcome to all my new subbies. And thank you for the old subbies that have been here kind of since the beginning when I started this channel like a month or so ago. So thank you guys so much for that. It really, truly brings joy to me. You guys have no idea. I'll literally go on YouTube and I'll get notifications that tell me I have a new subscriber, and I'll see how many I have, and I just get so excited to tell my husband, and I've said this in other videos too, whether it's 11 subscribers or 1 or 50, that's exciting to me. So I'm glad to know that I have all of you loyal subbies, and I'm very excited about that. Also, if you're wondering about my nails, It's not very often that I get them done, but my sister really wanted to spend time with me, and so she took me out and I got these nails done. They're very cute and gorgeous. I did get acrylics in a coffin shape, and I just had her do a little design on it with these colors that I picked out. So yes, very cute and gorgeous, and so you'll get to have a treat for today's video. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and get into my process. So I have this out just to show you like my little track your stack slips here. I didn't have any blank ones to kind of show you what I do, but anytime I need a new one, if I fill it up, like this one's almost filled up, or I just create a new envelope, I print these out. I did make these myself. These will be available on Etsy as well if you guys are interested. So how they will print is a page of 4, and then you'll just cut these out. So you'll get 4 to a page, but if you do a digital download, you get as many as you need to print them. So basically what I do is at the top, I say saving 4, and typically I just put the name of the envelope that it's going into. On the left-hand side, we have the date, so that would be the date that I either add or withdraw money from this. That way it's a good system to keep track of what you have and what you take out or what you put in. So the center column is the expenses, so this will tell you the exact amount that you're taking in or putting out. Then I have a plus or minus column here, and that'll tell you if you're depositing or withdrawing. And then the balance of the envelope after you've done all your money in there. So typically, I've tried to keep this organized as far as like if I add or, you know, I'll just do black or blue. And then if I take out money, I'll do it in red. That way I can kind of see where that money's going. And if it's money that I'm depositing into the bank, I'll put that little notation there. That way I know that like that amount is in the bank. So that'll help me if I'm doing like budgeting where I'm using that rollover amount that's in the bank. So that's very helpful. So I just wanted to show you guys that. Those will be available as well as soon as I get pictures of that. And I will, as soon as I get that Etsy shop up, guys, I will paste it in all of my previous videos. That way you guys have it. So if you guys are like me and you like to stay organized, I have this little like flexi binder that I got from literally the Dollar Tree. You know, before it was the $1.25 store. We won't even get into that. But I got this just as something to keep myself organized. So on the inside, make sure you can see, I have all of my sheets, my budget sheets from the last year. So I obviously did not start this a year ago. So I would kind of recycle these as the year is up. So by this time next year, whenever I'm redoing everything, I'll probably get rid of these or maybe keep them just to see where I was at this time of year. Maybe file them in a filing cabinet or something like that, just to keep myself organized and to see where I'm at. So what I do is, and you guys will see when I first started this, I wasn't even using these sheets. I developed these templates based on how I was being very unorganized. And as you can see, one of my first drafts, like I was writing all over it and deciding what I needed, what I could take out. And it's very different from what I've created here, which is much more organized, very cute and gorgeous. So I'll go ahead and show you, like this one is from the income date 2/4/22. So I have a blank one here, and I will go through it with you guys. So basically at the top, I have track your stack, which is my own little thing that, you know, I just thought it sounded really cute and could be a cute way to keep things organized. And then at the top, I just have my little Cashing Out Campbell's symbol. That way you guys know it's from this YouTube channel. And then I have a column for sinking funds. So this is typically where I'd write the name of the cash envelope that we will be stuffing. And this page is purely used for when I do cash budgeting. You could use it for really whatever you want. If you're just budgeting, then these sinking funds could be for, you know, your bills, just to keep track of it, your starting amount you have and the ending amount you'll have. So that's what this column is for. And guys, even this looks like a lot, but you guys know I have so many envelopes and I use 2 of these pages. So if you guys end up getting this as a digital download on Etsy, like, trust me, I understand you will be able to download as many as you need, because if you're like me and you have little various envelopes for little things, each and every little thing, then you'll probably need 1 page other than this. So that first column is sinking funds, just the name of it. Then we have the starting amount. So this is the starting amount that you have in your envelope. This is for you to keep track of, like, what you're spending per month, what you're adding, what you're able to add over time, over if you're wanting to look back at this a year from now. So that kind of helps me to see where I need to stop spending or need to add more money throughout when I do my cash stuffing. So then the very last column we have is ending amount. And this also is very helpful, because this tells me, really, it's just you take the starting amount and you add, whatever you're going to add for your cash stuffing. Then that'll be the end amount that's in your envelope. But what I like to do is I'll take my sheet, my budget sheet from this paycheck, and compare it with my last paycheck. So let me give you an example. So like this paycheck, my end total was $34.09, but my starting total for this one was $26.96. So obviously I spent quite a bit, and then I can literally go in those categories or each envelope and see exactly what was spent. So then at the bottom we have income date. This is just if you want to keep track and write down, like, when you get paid. Some people are paid bi-weekly, weekly, or monthly. So that might help you to kind of budget better, to see, like, okay, I can put more money this first paycheck, but not so much the second paycheck. Or you may not even stuff certain envelopes on a paycheck, which is what I've done. The second one is starting total again. So that's just the total of this entire column. And then the end total is the total of this entire column. So hopefully that's pretty self-explanatory. Like I said, I'll go over with you how I would set up that budget. Then this paper I only use once a month. So I do this typically at the beginning of the month, or I try to actually set these up like a few days before the next month starts, because this is my budget sheet for the entire month. So like at the top here, I'll write upcoming expenses for, and I'll put like January or February. So I'll put the month there. Then in this column, we'll put the date that the bill is due, the expense name, so whatever the bill is called, whether it's electricity, whatever, the total cost, and then paid, ? So this column is, you'll put a check mark or an X or whatever to let you know that it was paid, so you can keep track of your bills. And typically what I'll do too is I might, like, at the bottom here, I'll write my paycheck. So let's say you get paid twice a month. You'll write both of your paycheck dates. That way you can keep track of when your bills come out. And then when you do that, you can go up here on all your bill columns and you can take a highlighter or whatever. Or what I do is, like, I'll make a little box around, or like a bracket around, like, okay, the first 6 here fall under the first paycheck date. So I know that I need X amount of money to cover all of these bills for that paycheck date. And then the next one will cover the second paycheck date. So that'll help you too when you're trying to figure out for this sheet how much you need to take out, or how much you have left to take out to allot to your sinking funds. And guys, I budget for my bills, but I leave my bill money in the bank. Like, my sinking funds money is the only thing I ever take out and do envelopes for, because if I took all that money out, it would confuse me too much and I would take too many trips to the bank, and I don't have time to do that all the time. So that's just what helps me. So I have those 2 sheets, and then there's one last sheet that I'll show you that I also have that will be available. That is not, I don't have a empty one, and we won't be doing that today because I'm not stuffing anything today. So I have a track your stack budget sheet here, and sorry this is so messy, maybe I'll find a different one. So this helps me to figure out what money I need for bills and what money I need for sinking funds. So again, I'll put the pay date here, the amount that I have, and I separate these by what I get paid and what my husband gets paid. Additional income would be if you do any side jobs or anything like a business on top of your job. And then rollover amount is if you have any money in the bank that you'd like to roll over from the last check, or cash that you'd like to roll over from the last check. So then I have a little column here. It says the date that the expense comes out, and this is not sinking funds. This is for my bills. So the date that the bill comes out, the expense name is the name of the bill, and then the cost of that. And then there's a little box down here to tell you the total of all of those bills. So then I'll come down here, and this total will be the expenses total. The income total is based on the amount of income that I put at the top of the page. Then you'll subtract it to see the difference, and then that gives you typically what you have to stuff. So then I have a little note section here that just tells me, like, here, like for example, I put $1,101 total that I had to stuff, but I needed $260 of that for food and gas. And then I wanted to leave $300 of that in the bank to buffer for the next check. I typically do buffers if like he gets paid and like we won't have enough from that check or next checks to cover the bill, so I'll buffer some of the amount from the first check. And then after I do that, I'll write like how much I'm actually pulling out. So I like this to do when I do those whenever we get a paycheck. So I'll do those the day of the paycheck. So I'll go in my bank account. I'll literally look at what's in the bank account. I'll write how much we were paid, how much of that, the total that's in the bank is a rollover. And then I'll kind of go from there, write what bills I have. That helps me stay very, very organized and efficient. So another thing, sorry guys, I'm going to have to fix this here because I fudged it up. And I have this jerry-rigged still because I just had my birthday, but I haven't bought my new phone, like, what's it called? Phone mount yet. Also in this binder, if you guys are wondering, is where I keep my extra sheets. I keep my savings challenges in here. And just any extra things. Like, these are draft papers that like I use that like I want to create some of these savings challenges in the future too. So like I already have my puzzle picker one. That one's already like printed and nice. This one was by hand and then I copied it. So this is just to give me an idea of like savings challenges I want to add in the future to like have available for myself and you guys. Okay, so now that we've done that, I'm going to show you guys how I would go about doing these budget sheets. So we're going to go ahead and set this up for March. So March 2022. And then what I'll typically do is just look at my sheets from the month before. That way I know that I'm not missing an expense or anything. And at the beginning of the year, a lot of our bills increased too, so I had to like cross it out and then write the new amount. So this will help me keep organized with that. So as I said, we'll do the date. I'll just put the 1st or something like that since I know what month it is. And I try to do it in order by what comes out. That way it's very organized and I don't have to go running around the paper to see what it is. So we have mortgage, $872.97, and then we're not going to fill out paid obviously because this is for next month. Also on the 1st, so you can choose to write it again or put an arrow down or just nothing. We have our phone bills that come out, so that's $107.83. Then we have my hubby's credit card. And typically like I kind of explained in my last few videos, the amounts that we save for gas, that we cash stuff for gas, is used to pay credit cards. So his credit card is anywhere from like $300 to $400 per month, and mine is way over. Like, I'm in debt right now towards that, and so I typically try to focus on his credit card, and then I'll use whatever's left over, if any. So I'm going to leave that blank for now because I usually wait until the 1st so he can tell me the exact amount that's in his, like on his credit card. That way we can just go ahead and pay it off. So then on the 2nd, we have hubby's car. And that's going to be $368.06. And then we have the 8th is my credit card. And I'm also not going to write mine here either because, like, typically what I'll do is write the total amount, but I'll pay only a certain amount because it's just too much to pay it all off right now, unfortunately. But gotta do what you gotta do, you know? So then we have the 9th. My Google storage comes out. And I use this to store my photos and everything that's on my phone and in my Google. So this is only $1.99. Then on the 13th, we have our home warranty insurance type thing. So that's $61.68. Then we have on the 14th is Apple Music, which I'm thinking of canceling actually. Now, I've had it for years and I love it, and I have the student membership still. So it's only $4.99, but like I've been spending a lot more time at home, obviously. So we have vinyl records and we have Alexa and Amazon Music and YouTube. So I don't know if I really need to pay the extra $5 a month. So I've been trying to figure out where to kind of save money a little bit. Then on the 15th, we have 2 bills that come out. So we have our Wi-Fi from Spectrum, which went up $10. I'm very honestly mad about. And then we have utilities, which I'm going to leave this blank for now because typically it has just went up actually because they just changed the trash service. So now we have recycling, which I'm very thankful for because I'm big on recycling. But that made our bill higher. So rather than it being like $40, $50, it's now going to be like $70 per month. But I like to get the exact amount and I have to wait until they email that invoice to me. So I'm also going to leave that blank. But you guys kind of are like getting the point though of like how I would set this up. Once you get organized and you start getting in the habit of doing this every month, it becomes so much easier to like lay it out and know what you're paying, the exact amount, and all that good stuff. So then the 16th, we have our mattress payment because, guys, don't go to like a Mattress Firm or like any place like that if you're just trying to browse, because they pressure you so much that like, and my husband and I are both type of people that like, we feel awkward and bad. So we don't want to like put our foot down and say like, no, we're just looking. Like, we're really just looking. And we did need a new mattress when we moved into the house. So we did get one, but now we have a payment on it with interest. So that kind of sucks, but I mean, we do have a new bed and it's nice. So I wouldn't recommend doing that though if you're literally just going to browse. Like, look online, read reviews, like, and then maybe go into the store, but like, put your foot down and tell them like, we are just looking, we are not committing to anything today. So, because they're salesmen, like they know what they're doing. So that's $84 per month. And then we have also our car insurances are due, which I also don't know how much that's going to be because that's also variable because we just got switched to where we're now on a joint thing. So we'll get our bill that way. So as you can see, the ones that I'm keeping blank, these are variable expenses. The other ones are like very fixed generally, besides when they increase at the beginning of the year. They're very fixed. So those are a lot easier to account for, like when you're budgeting. So that's something smart to do too, especially if you're new to budgeting. Like, you need to just write out every little thing, whether it's you go out to eat or it's gas or a bill. Like, you need to write out a fixed expense versus a variable expense, because the variable is where you tend to, like, maybe you're not accounting for an extra $2 that something costs, and that throws you off if you're doing like a zero-based budget. So that's just one of my tips for you guys of something that I've learned. 17th is Apple storage. This is for my Apple computer, because you know storage on that is not that great. So that's $2.99. Then on the 25th, my car comes out. That's $406.93. And y'all, I know you're generally nice, but I've seen comments on other people's videos, and like, please don't comment on like how much we pay for certain things, because like, obviously I try to be smart with money, and like, when you're living life, like, you just get caught into things, and like, there's circumstances that happen, and you may not be able to like get into a situation where you're like actually paying what you should be for stuff, like, and you end up overpaying. But we've cut out a lot of stuff, and like, some of this stuff, like Wi-Fi and stuff, it's one of two options, and we're trying to pay the lesser of the two evils. But you know, every year stuff increases, and like, my car, I literally just a couple months ago got it refinanced to get I was paying more than this. So, and it's crazy because my car definitely is not worth almost, it's $400 a month. Like, it's crazy, and I don't want to be paying that either, but I have to have transportation, and we've looked into like turning my car in to like get money towards another maybe like used car that would still be nice, or whatever. Like, we've looked into those options, but like, I have someone in my family who directly works with finances, like, that's her job, and she advised the smartest option would be to pay off, current debts, and then do something like that. Which I think that's smart too, because like, having a whole new car payment, and then where I live in Missouri, like, you have to pay sales tax on the car and registration fees, and that stuff alone can kill you. Like, depending on how much the value of the car is, like, that stuff alone can kill you. Like, if you have 30 days to register a car, and let's say it's like $20,000, like, you could end up paying, I don't know the exact percentage, but like $2,000 to get everything legal. Like, it's crazy. So we're just not doing that right now. Okay, so that's for the car. And then on the 28th, we have Hulu, which also just went up. And y'all, we have battled so much with like trying not to have Hulu, because they do have cheaper options and stuff, but my husband likes, and I like, certain live shows that you can't watch them unless you pay for the Hulu with the live TV. So we've like taken it off before and paid less, but this is just what we're doing right now. So maybe in some time, but at the moment, no. And then the last one is Ameren, which we finally were able to get on a plan with that. It's like a budget billing plan. After like your first year of using them, you can sign up for this, and your electricity company, if you're trying to save some money, look into that. If it's something other than Ameren, you have to be there, I think, at least a year. Because what they do is they'll like break down what you spent over the 12 months and then give you like a base pay. So you pay that flat rate per month, and then at the end of the year they reevaluate to see like, okay, you maybe used more or less electricity, so they'll either like increase or lower your bill. But I like this better than like some months getting surprised with a almost $300 electricity bill, which is ridiculous. So this is all our bills. So like, these extra lines will be for like if I need to go to the doctor's or something like that, an extra expense that I would just write in that may not have a date. I'll put the cost and if it was paid. So this helps me stay organized that way. So that's pretty much explanatory for that. And then this kind of stays the same every month, besides like, the variable expenses and if I add anything. So this lovely sheet is very difficult for me to do every month because it's like it's very dependent on what money you have to actually like stuff. So, and you guys know the struggle. Like some months you might have more money, and then other like a few months go by and you're like, oh crap, I really don't have that much. But this will help you stay organized. And if you can't put anything in, if you can put $1 in, if you can put $10 in per month, like good, that's great. Like you're doing something. So I like to have these just as a visual too, is like to keep me on track, both financially and physically, to see like how I'm doing and like where I was 2 months ago versus now. So actually I'm gonna move this, so we'll just focus on this. So typically what I do, I try to keep these in order, and then I'll write the name of the envelope, write the starting amount, and then I'll write the ending amount. So the ending amount is based on how much you're adding for that envelope. So let's say we do gas. That's my first one. Starting amount, say we have nothing. So I put 0 there. And I'm adding $20. So then right next to the starting amount, just to keep me on track, I'll write in pen like plus $20. And then the ending amount will now be $20, if that makes sense. Now, I'm sorry it's kind of like gross and gloomy in here today, guys. I'm recording this video at a different time than I normally would, and the sun's not coming through. So let me find one of my older ones so I can kind of go through the same way. I try to keep them organized. That way when I do videos for you guys, I'm not jumping all over the place with my envelopes, which I've done in my first few videos. So I'm going to go ahead and get my 2 sheets of paper. And I'm not going to fill out all these today, guys, because I'm not cash stuffing today. So like what I would do, like let's say I get paid today, I just filled out all my expense sheets. And I know that like I can cash stuff $50 today. So at the top here, I would just write like $50. That way I know like as I'm going through how much I have left. Like, and I'll have a calculator with me. So as I write that I'm adding $5 to gas or whatever, then I'll subtract that from 50 and go that way. That way it's all organized. You know exactly what you have and you don't have to keep redoing the math. So for sinking funds, we're going to start with gas. And then you would write the starting amount. And I don't have, like, I literally have all my stuff locked up. So I'm not going to, and this video is already pretty long. So if you guys are interested, maybe another day, like since I spent a lot of time already just like going over these sheets and like the very basics of them. If you guys are interested in seeing me like go through and write the starting amount and the ending amount and like how I do that based on my little budget sheets that are in each of the envelopes, let me know in this video. Like comment down on this video and I'll go ahead and do it with this sheet, but I'll post it as a separate video since this one's already kind of long, just to kind of save a little time here. So I won't be doing these columns then today. I'm just going to write down all of my little like envelopes things that we have here. Christmas. And I have a lot, you guys, and I'm thinking about how to condense them, honestly, because there's so many that are just like crazy. Savings, entertainment. This video is more to just like show you guys my process on how I like set all this stuff up. And I think I will do another video for you guys, like a shorter one, just showing you like how I would figure out the starting amount and ending amounts and how I compare those to my last track your stack sheets. Dining out. I'm going to turn this a little bit so I can write easier. Vacation. So like some of these envelopes too, especially since we're working with less money these next few times around, I won't even stuff. Like I probably won't stuff vacation. I won't stuff entertainment. Like or maybe $2, you know, and something is better than nothing, like I always say. But if you don't have it, you don't have it, and that's okay. You work with what you have. And also, I know my last few videos, I was kind of like, or my last one, I think, I was really hard on myself, and I was kind of really down in the dumps, as you could probably tell in the video. I was just very down in the dumps because we had been spending more money than, you know, I had put in, or like I was excited to have the 3,000 that I had in there, and then it went back under 3,000. So I was just like very hard on myself. But like, you guys have to remind yourself too, like, you work with what you have, and there will be days where you just are not with it. You may spend more than you anticipate. You may have emergencies come up, and like that changes your entire trajectory of like what you have and what you don't have. So of course it can be like upsetting when you save all this money, but this is what the system is for, you guys. Like, you are saving smart in order to protect yourself from being in a worse situation. So like, if you weren't doing this budgeting system, or if I wasn't doing this budgeting system and I had an emergency come up, or I wanted to go out to dinner, and, you know, sure, maybe I didn't anticipate on spending the $20 more on dinner, but at least we're getting in the mindset of like saving better. And you had, let's say, $30 already in dining out to go towards that dinner. So that's $30 more than you would have had if you just decided, oh, I'm still going to go out to dinner anyways, and spend that $50 that you didn't account for. And then you have, like, I don't know, a bill come up that is literally, you're under $50 now. So like, that's the saving grace of these saving systems that I've learned. So after I made that video, whatever it was, I felt a lot better telling you guys about it, and like also sharing that experience with you, because I'm sure you guys felt the same way one time or another, or like you're just getting into this, and I want you guys to be realistic about what to expect, you know, like when you're saving. Like, of course, it's great if you can save like $1,000 a month or something like that, or even just like 10, like that's more than you had, or more than you were gonna save, that you probably don't even think about. So that's how I have been trying to think about it. Okay, so I've written out all of my envelopes. As you can see, it is almost 2 full pages. So then in my next video, I will go through and I'll show you guys, literally, I'll pull out all my envelopes for you and walk you through the process of how I like figure out the starting amount, do my totals, excuse me, and then my ending amount. That way you guys have a visual. I may wait to do that video though until I actually have money to stuff, because then I can actually show you guys like a proper ending amount from what I'm adding. So, and then, you know, the income date or whatever. And you don't have to fill it out if you don't want to, like if you're just doing it based on like extra money that you get, which is totally fine. So again, thank you guys so much for watching and joining this Hot Mess Express with me. That is my channel. You guys know we be doing some crazy stuff over here, and I'll be talking too much. So these videos are typically very long. So I appreciate if you guys have made it to the end of this video. I appreciate all of you that have newly subscribed to my channel, or have consistently stayed and been a subscriber and have been watching these, have been commenting and engaging and liking the videos. Like, bless your hearts, honestly. You make me so happy. It gives me joy to film these videos, and I'm trying to find new ways of like new videos that I can do for you guys that's not solely just like cash stuffing, where I'm like actually physically stuffing, and more stuff like this to kind of help you guys out too, because like this is definitely a learning process. So, and like some of you guys may not know some of this information, or maybe you like to see what other channels do. So, and kind of compare it to find your own way of doing things, which is totally fine. So, whatever the reason, I'm very grateful and I feel blessed to have you all here. Thank you guys so much for watching these videos, having a laugh with me, and, you know, following along with my journey. I appreciate you being patient with all of the hot mess, like, stuff that we've had to deal with over here. And again, you guys, I promise my husband and I are going to try real hard to get this Etsy shop up finally this week. So that way, if you guys are interested, you can get those digital downloads. And if you're a person who maybe doesn't have a printer or something, let me know that too in the comments. And then maybe I consider like uploading them as a shippable item for you that I can do. I'll print for you. And then ship to you for like the shipping costs or whatever. So, whatever it may be, I'm super excited about it too, guys. Like, and I'm so excited to like get my candle stuff up there too. But that's going to be a little bit longer than my cash budgeting stuff. So, because I have to get my stuff for it. So, if you guys, I would really appreciate the support on that, whether it's you guys just sharing the information to people who might be interested, or, you know, yourself, or just keep me in the back of your mind, you know, with it. It is helpful, especially since I've left my job. Like, this is my form of income right now. So I'm super excited to get it up. And let me know what else you guys might be interested in. I have also thought about making cash envelopes to sell as well. I just got some paper from Michael's to do that, like some cardstock paper. So I'm going to try this week or this weekend to make some test copies of it. And maybe I'll make a video on that if you guys want to see that. And just let me know if you're interested. So thank you guys so much for being a part of this. I really hope you guys are having a wonderful day. And I hope you have a good rest of your day. Try to enjoy the week, enjoy the weather until we get some more snow wherever you might be. And if you're on the West Coast or wherever that's warmer, then good for you. Go outside and enjoy it. Okay, guys, that's pretty much all I have for you today. I'm going to stop rambling. Thanks so much, guys. You have a good day. Bye.